So, welcome to another session of yoga. Now, you'll notice that in our studio here, we've got very sturdy chairs, and they don't move very much. And that's the kind of chair that you're going to want to have to use to sit in and for a prop today, for a yoga class that you can modify to how you're feeling. That's what yoga is all about. How do I feel today? How far can I move today without any discomfort? It's not about no pain, no gain. Yoga is about no pain. And we move gently with the breath at our own pace. So we also have these squishy balls here, which I find helpful for putting between the back of your chair and your back of the body. And you'll find a nice spot where you can sit up nice and straight, yet have a little bit of extra cushion, a little bit of extra support. So if you've got that, great. If not, just sit comfortably in your chair with your feet planted firmly onto the ground. Heart space opening up, jaw softening, and shoulders relaxing. And you can close your eyes if that feels good, or keep your gaze soft. And just begin to observe your breath. Yoga is all about proper anatomy and proper breathing. So as we sit up straight, we can sense and notice perhaps what part of our core rises slowly on the inhale and falls gently on the exhale. So this is our first thing, to bring our attention to our breathing. It's our focus today. Everything else is just background. The breathing is the foreground. And perhaps as you inhale, you can feel perhaps the chest rise and fall. Perhaps even chest and ribs rise and fall. And maybe even all the way down to the belly. As you inhale, the belly kind of inflates like a little balloon. And exhale gently goes down. So begin to make your inhale and your exhale balance out each other. Equal breath in and equal breath out. Keeping the breath gentle. Keeping it relaxed without force or strain. And today, the area that we're emphasizing is the hips, pelvis, upper legs. And the hips are so essential to so many activities we do, that they be flexible, that you have good posture and good balance. That we're going to begin today with a little walking meditation. Now, if you don't feel comfortable getting up from your chair and walking, you can always just lift one leg up, put that heel and toe down, and lift the other leg up just a little bit, heel, toe down. So you're actually just chair walking. But if you'd like to join me, you can stand up, fall out of the way for now. Perhaps you walk slowly over to the back of your chair or the side of the chair, and you might just stay here and be supportive as you walk gently in place. Bringing up the foot a little, heel, toe down. The other foot, heel, toe down. So you're just going to continue to walk here in place, or perhaps, if you feel good, you're going to take tiny little steps. As you start walking around your chair in a straight line, anything that works for you. And continue with that breath, the gentle inhale and exhale out. Now you might be taking bigger steps than me, but take slow steps. You can always hang on to the chair as you come around. And these slow steps are perhaps one step right and left, or two steps right and left per inhale or exhale. So we're just going to go perhaps back to the front of the chair, mindfully walking, and we'll do a little bit of that more later on in class to see if anything has moved or changed in the area of our hips. So when you're ready, come back to seated, perhaps perched at the front of your chair with your feet flat. You can put that ball back behind you if you need that for a little extra support, or not. But allow the elbows to be slightly back of the ribs and allow the chest to open and the chin to level. Release the shoulders, relax them. Relax your jaw and come back to that gentle in-breath and equal gentle out-breath. Letting any part of the core rise and fill with air on the inhale and gently fall on the exhale. And we're going to move today only as far as comfortable. And we're going to follow the breath rather than it coming along for the ride. So arms by our side, vertical spine breathing. On an inhale, allow both hands and arms to go up to the ceiling high as comfortable. You might be like this, or all the way up. And on an exhale, allow the shoulders and arms to drop down and let the fingers eventually hang down towards the ground. Inhale as we move, arms up, and exhale as we release, arms and shoulders down. Let's do this a couple more times. Move with your breath at your pace. And perhaps on the exhale, you can feel the release of tension in the shoulders and the wrists. Perhaps one more, inhaling up and exhaling, letting go. Perhaps visualizing the weight of the world rolling off your shoulders, down your arms, out the fingers, gone. Take a breath. We're going to go back up for upward salute in the chair. So when you're ready on your next inhale, up go the arms, and you're going to stay wherever's comfortable for you. Level the chin, vertical spine, and your breathing. Perhaps you can begin to feel the torso lighten up. As you kind of reach up through the top of the head, you can imagine the vertebra moving a little bit off the one below them. You can even interlace the fingers and turn the palms up, bigger stretch of the arm, and perhaps you can feel the lengthening of the spine better. One more breath. Keep that neck still, soft. And then release the fingers, inhale, and exhale again. Really let the shoulders and the arms and even the core release. Going back up for moon salutations. So when you're ready on an inhale, up go those arms again, only high as comfortable. As you exhale, hands to prayer above your head. Inhale, level the chin, reach fingers up. And as you exhale, begin to lean just a little bit over to the right. Inhale, flow back up, reach up. And exhale, lean a little bit left. Inhaling, flowing up. Exhaling, going right. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going left. Inhale, coming up. Now exhale, going right, and just staying. And sense and notice the left side of the hip and the core. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, come on up, reach up, straighten up, and exhale the opposite direction. And sense and notice that other side. Lengthening, little stretch. And on your next inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, release. Let go. Let go as you allow the arms to release, relax. We're going to make that side stretch just a little bit more. So perhaps you'll hang on to your chair with your right hand for support. Coming back to that breath, always the breath. As you inhale now, that left arm up. Feel that straight spine. Take a breath. And on your next exhale, begin again to lean to the right. Now, perhaps you can go a little bit further over because you're hanging on. Keep that chin level. Don't round your back. Take a breath. And when you're ready, very slowly coming back up. And on an exhale, releasing the left arm down. Now hanging on with that left arm, releasing the right, back to the breath. As we inhale that right arm up, feel nice and upright breathing. And on your next exhale, leaning the opposite way. And perhaps noticing if you go further one side to the other. Don't judge, just notice. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, slowly coming back up. And exhale, release the right arm down. Now we're going to begin to open up and wake up the pelvic groin area by doing some seated windshield wipers. So take your left outside foot and right outside foot on the ground and kind of bring the bottoms of your feet together and let the knees go out as wide as comfortable. Open the chest. Feel again that vertical spine. And we're going to go into some very slow windshield wipers following our breath. Perhaps hands on the outside of the legs. And as you inhale, bringing the knees closer together, feet flat. Exhale, hands inside and guide your knees back out. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, going out. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, going out. And perhaps you just stay here for a couple breaths, beginning to feel that stretch in the inner leg and groin area. And then very slowly coming back to seated. Now you can do that again, and that's just fine. If you have a deep enough chair and you're flexible enough in the knees and the hips, perhaps you can join me for a little bit more strenuous version. For that strenuous version, you're going to go all the way back into your chair far enough so that perhaps you can bring the outside of the left ankle and the outside of the right ankle onto the chair with the toes and the bottoms touching. Open the chest. Keep that spine vertical. And perhaps we'll do it here, or your feet may still be on the ground. Inhale, bringing knees towards each other. And exhale, gentle nudge out. Inhale, in. Exhale, out. One more. Inhale, in. And exhale out and stay. Again, feeling that stretch. Backing off a little if it's too much. 10% or more. Listen to your body. And when you're ready on that inhale, bringing the knees up. Slowly, slowly taking your feet down. and coming again back to seated. Getting ready for a cat and cow, a nice undulation of the spine and a tilting of the pelvis. So again, we're perched at the front of our chair, knees right above the ankles, feet firm on the ground. Again, our spine is upright, chin is level, and we go back to that gentle breath in and that equal gentle breath out. Going into cow in the chair first. So when you're ready, on an inhale, just hinge at the hips and begin to bring that torso forward in kind of an angled line. And then when you've gone as far as you can, belly comes a little bit forward, chest a little bit forward, and you slowly begin to look up. Cow in the chair, moving your spine always before you move your head and neck to protect those delicate neck muscles. Shoulders are released here, feeling it in the pelvis, the core. We're going to go now into cat. So on an inhale, slowly bring your torso back to upright, level the chin. And as you exhale, begin to lean back. Then round the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, before you tuck the chin. And perhaps part of your shoulders or back rests on the back of the chair. Cat in the chair. We're going to do cow on the inhale, cat on the exhale. So when ready, on that inhale, use your core, coming upright, leveling chin before going into your seated cow. Exhale, torso neutral, level chin before going into your seated cat. So I want you to move here with your breath at your pace. Cow on the inhale, cat on the exhale. Coming to neutral spine in between. And not leading with your head. You're leading with the spine. Perhaps one more each way. Feeling the poses inside the body. And then when ready, come on an inhale into your cow and just hold for a couple breaths. Sense and notice if the pelvis were a bowl, it'd be spilling all its contents on the floor. How does this feel for you? And then when ready, inhale back to neutral and then exhale into your cat for the opposite tilt of the pelvis. And how does that feel to you? Is either one easier to do? And on your next inhale, using that strong core to bring it up vertical and leveling the chin. Good job. We're going to start working the groin a little bit by moving the legs. So again, always that staff pose in the chair, vertical spine, always breathing. We're going to pick up one leg at a time. So if you want, you can hold on to your chair. It makes it a little bit safer. So on your next inhale, pick up that right leg, knee bent up. As you exhale, just bring that right leg out, point the toe. Inhale, right knee back up, flex the foot, and exhale down to the floor. Inhale, now left knee up, left foot up. Exhale, point, extend. Inhale, back up, knee flex, and exhale down. Now we're going to do the right several times. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, pointing out. Inhale, knee up, and exhale, don't put the foot down. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, out, point toe. Inhale, up, open the chest, and exhale one more time as we inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up and exhale all the way down. Good job. Other side. You might be a little bit different, so don't force to go as high. Inhale, coming up with the left knee. Exhale out and point the toe. Inhale, knee back up. Exhale down, but don't touch. Inhale, knee up, vertical spine. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale. Flexed foot doesn't touch. One more. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. And exhale, left foot on the ground. Good job. We're going to go down into a slow, slow forward bend. Arms by the side. Vertical spine, breathing. On an inhale again, arms up, high as comfortable to the ceiling. And as you exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, bringing that spine down at an angle. And then as you breathe, slowly the hands start to drop. You round the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, as you let the head and the fingers hang to the floor. When ready, on an inhale, bring the right arm up, just the right arm, elbow bent up to the ceiling. And exhale, slowly release it down. Inhale now, left arm, elbow bent up to the ceiling, and exhale down. So continue now, right arm up. You can also look up and exhale down. And inhale left. And exhale down. One more each side, following your breath, pulling nourishment into the groin, the area that we've been working. And then hang here for a breath. And when you're ready, place your lower arms on the thighs, hands on the knees, and slowly bring your torso horizontal with the floor. And when you're ready, again, slowly, vertebra by vertebra, you're going to bring your torso back up straight. Good job. We're going to begin to do some big hip stretches here. We're going to do a modified pigeon, or actually it's Shasana, head to knee pose in the chair. So there's a variety of ways you can do this depending on the flexibility of your hip and the size of your chair. So left knee over left ankle. You can always just cross that right ankle over the left and let your right knee come out. And this is the easiest version. Or perhaps you bring the area above the ankle of the right leg on to the top of the left thigh. This also can happen. Or the harder version. As you sit back just a little bit in your chair and let the left leg go over to the side, following the foot, and take and place the outside of the right ankle with the right knee bent onto the chair. You'll find what works for you. And perhaps hanging on to the chair for support. Opening that chest, leveling the chin, breathing. You might do that little head to knee stretch. So inhale, lift up through the top of the head, level the chin. As you exhale, belly begins to turn towards that right leg. Inhale here, straighten up. And as you exhale again, slowly begin to fold forward. You can begin to round lower back, middle back, upper back. Hang on to the chair. Release the jaw, the head. Take a breath. Good job. And then slowly, when you're ready, on your next exhale, begin to come up and take an inhale when you're back here. Exhale, belly begins to move your body back forward. And very slowly, slowly bring the right leg away from wherever it is. And give that right foot and knee a little shake. Now I'm going to do that on the opposite side. You might be completely different one side to the other. So don't force one side ever to do what the other does. So it might be just that left ankle cross, letting that left knee go out. It could be that left ankle cross over the right thigh. Or it could be coming back in the chair with the right leg out wider, following the right knee out, putting the outside of the left ankle, left knee bent on the chair. You'll find what works for you. And again, begin to level and open up the chest. Spine neutral. Inhale here. As you exhale, belly twist towards the left. Inhale here. As you exhale, begin to come down. And then rounding lower back, middle back, upper back. Hang on to your chair. And it's that head to knee pose, or modified pigeon number 1. And when you're ready, very slow, like you were moving through mud. You want to go slow when you come out of a pose. And on your next exhale, belly leads the way to look forward again. And you slowly release the left foot and leg. And give it a little shake. Excellent. So we're going to do a little goddess stretch in the chair. And then we're going to do a couple other versions of goddess. You can always just stay in the chair, or you can continue to go up a level with me. What does your body wish to do today? Where are you at? It's okay wherever that is. So now the legs are a little wider in the chair. I'm sitting back just a little bit more for a little bit more support at the upper leg. Left knee's going over to the left, following the left toes. Right knee over to the right, following the right toes. And my spine again is vertical. Chin is level, and I'm back to that breath. Slow and gentle, in and out of the core. Preparing for a little goddess flow in the chair. So arms by the side, breathing. As you inhale, the arms again go up to the ceiling, high as comfortable. And as you exhale, bring them up to like goalpost arms, cactus arms. This is goddess seated in the chair. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. And exhale, come to your goddess in the chair, elbows back. Inhale, reaching up one last time here. And exhale, goddess. And take a couple breaths here. Opening the chest wide, breathing. And on your next inhale, let those arms go up. And exhale, release them down to the side. Now I'm going to do a little bit more difficult version, which requires more balance. I'm going to actually get up from the chair, arms up, and then I'm going to sit back down for goddess. You can stay seated. Listen to what your body says you can do today. Again, a little bit further back so you're comfortable when you go back down to that chair, the chair that doesn't move. Coming back to your breath. Perhaps legs not quite so wide. As you inhale, slowly stand up and reach those arms up. You might even look up. And exhale, come to goalpost arms, look down and sit back down for goddess. Inhale, coming up, reaching up, perhaps looking up. And exhale, goalpost arms, look down, sit down, goddess. One more as we inhale, reaching up. And exhale, goddess in the chair. Couple breaths. Good job. Now you can stay seated, do that, or perhaps follow me for a complete standing pose. Allow your arms to come down by the side. Slowly help yourself up to a wide leg stance, as wide as comfortable for you. We're going to do all that we just did standing up, or you can remain seated or go up and down. So your left leg's going out, following left toes, right leg going out. Feel equal pressure both feet. Feel really rooted and grounded from the belly button down equally into your legs and feet. Hands on the hips, open the chest, level the chin, and you're standing in a wide leg mountain pose. Come back to the breath, always the breath. Arms by the side. As we inhale now, arms up high as comfortable over the head. Exhale, come to those gold post arms and squat down for goddess pose. Inhale, reach up. You can even look up. Exhale, you can look down, goddess. Inhale, reaching up one last time. And exhale, goddess, and stay. Elbows behind you, strong stance. Couple breaths or come out. It's always okay to do that. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up. And exhale, release the arms by the side, pigeon toeing those feet together slowly. And then again, slowly sit down on your chair for some more hip stretches using the chair. So again, perched at the front of the chair, we come to staff pose. Getting ready to go into a little lunge in the chair for a stretch in the legs and the hips. Back to breathing, gentle in and out. And on an inhale, come up on the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, slowly bring your right leg all the way over to the right side of the chair. Right knee over right ankle. And you're looking towards the right. The left leg is doing what it will out the front of the chair. To make this a bigger stretch, you can bring your glutes all the way over to the opposite side. And you'll be in lunge in the chair, whatever version works for you. So come back to your breathing here, feeling the stretch in the legs, releasing the shoulders. Breathing, pay attention to your jaw and maybe move it around a little bit and widen it and then soften the jaw till the jaw feels comfortable and soft. One more breath here. And when you're ready, slowly bringing that left knee a bit forward. Begin to slow. Did I say slow? Come back to your staff pose at the front of the chair. We're going to do that on the opposite side, where you could be a little bit different. So back to the breath. Vertical spine, breathing, inhale up on the toes. Now that left leg all the way over to the left side of your chair. Left knee over left ankle. Perhaps you move your buttocks over to the right side of the chair or not. Whatever works for you. It's good to have your left heel on the ground. You'll get a much better leg stretch. Just come back to your breath as you allow your body to feel what it is. If this is too much, you can always bring that right knee a little bit further forward or come a little bit over more towards the left side of your chair. Find the stretch that works for you. One more breath. And then slowly begin to come back around to the front. We're going to do some hip circles here. again, to get a little bit more flexibility in the areas that we're working. So in order to sit up really straight, I like to put my fingers behind my ears and allow the elbows to go back. Right elbow back, left elbow back. Feel how you're sitting up nice and straight. And you're going to keep the spine like this as you rotate around on your pelvis. When ready on an inhale, just come a little forward, keeping the spine like this but angled. Exhale, begin to go over to the right and slightly back. Inhale, now circle back. Exhale, circle over towards the left. Inhale, coming forward, flow. Exhale, circle right, stay open. Inhale, lean it back. Exhale to the left. Now inhale, come forward, stay for a breath. Don't round your back. Next, exhale, go over to the right, open up, stay for a breath. Next, inhale, circle, lean back just a little, feel the core, take a breath. Next, exhale, going over towards the left, one breath. Next, inhale, circling forward, and exhale, coming back up and allowing the hands to come down. Preparing for pigeon lunge in the chair. So for pigeon lunge, again, breathing, you're coming up on your toes. That right leg is going over to the right side of the chair. And perhaps you just stay like this, and this is your pigeon. But if you can scoot the buttocks more over towards the left side of the chair, bend the right knee, and put any part of the outer right leg to the ankle or foot onto the chair. And let the left leg fall where it will down the front. Looking towards the right, this is pigeon in the chair. A nice hip stretch. Hang on to your chair. We're going into sleeping pigeon. Inhale here, reach up through the top of the head. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward. And then when you're ready, rounding lower back, middle back, upper back, and let the head hang down. Take a breath here, feel the stretch. And when you're ready, very slowly, begin to come up in reverse. Slow, slow, slow. And very slowly begin to shift forward. And come back to the front of your chair, preparing for the opposite side. Now you'll be perhaps quite different one side to the other, so no judgment, just observe. Back to the breath, sitting up nice and straight as we inhale up on those toes and exhale now that left leg all the way over to the left side. Buttocks going over to the right side of the chair and finding a place for the left leg on the chair with the left knee bent. Looking towards the left, this is the start of pigeon lunge in the chair. Perhaps holding on, getting ready for sleeping pigeon. Inhale, reach up through the top of the head, and as you exhale, you're coming forward. And as you breathe, slowly rounding lower back, middle back, upper back, as you allow the head to come down. Couple breaths, pigeon lunge. You can always come out if you need to. And when you're ready, on an exhale, start the ascent. Inhale and exhale as you slowly come up, as slow as you can move. And equally slowly come back to the front of your chair. Now I'm going to invite you to stand up and do a couple lunges with me that are not chair supported. But if you want, you can just stay and go right and left and do those lunges just as we did them earlier. So if you want to try them standing, just slowly get up. Again, walk very mindfully over to the right side of your chair. Place your left hand on the back of the chair and come into mountain pose. Now, mountain pose is standing up with nice posture, not really a soldier at attention. You can feel the belly button down, grounded and rooted equally into every part of the right and left foot. The jaw is soft, the shoulders are relaxed, and you're breathing. Now we're going to do a lunge back with the right foot, and we're going to start with a tiny, tiny, tiny little step. So on your next inhale, pick up the right leg, just come not even a one walking step behind you and just bend the left knee. And when you're ready, on an inhale, come back up to mountain. So you can do that again on your next inhale, go back or maybe a little further, bending left knee over left ankle. And on your next inhale, coming back to mountain. On your next inhale, one last lunge back, whatever you think you could hold for a breath or two. Hold on to the chair, one more breath. And on an inhale, slowly bring that foot back up. Great. And then take that mindful little walk, very slowly, slowly, breathing over to the other side of the chair. Hang on with your right hand to the left back of the chair and come again to mountain pose. Come again to your breath. Gentle breath in and gentle breath out. And perhaps you're still in the chair, go over to the other side of the chair and do that lunge on the other side. Or if you're standing, on your next inhale, just take a little bitty walking step back, bend the right knee. And on your next inhale, hold on, come back, mountain pose. Next inhale, maybe a little bit bigger step back, it's your choice. Bend that knee over the ankle. And on your next inhale, come back to mountain. And now on your next inhale, take a step back of what you'd like to hold for your lunge. Take a couple breaths. Excellent. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to mountain. And this time we're going to take a meditative walk around the chair again, just one loop. You can hold on if you want, and it's a heel-toe situation, and it's slow. It's almost unbearably slow, so that you can feel your legs move with your breath, perhaps 2 steps each, inhale and exhale, at least that slow or slower. You're not in a race here. You can hang on to the back of the chair. You're mindfully feeling what's going on in your legs and pelvis as you walk. So you're making your way back to the front of the chair. Take your time. Moving with your breath. And again, come to a seated pose when you're ready in the chair. Now, meditative walking usually is done at least 5 minutes of walking. And this is just a little brief taste today. So let's take a moment here to come back to that vertical spine. Come back to the breath. Perhaps even Bringing that ball back if you want, so that you know you're sitting up nice and straight. And we're going to do a couple more poses for hip stretching. But first, check in with yourself, check in with your breath. I'm going to start with the left leg first because I can do it better. I have a pretty wonky right hip. So I'm going to ask you to pick up your right leg, left leg, bend the left knee. And perhaps you can grab your foot with your right hand. And open the chest. And this is you, or perhaps you're grabbing a little bit up here. Find what you can do. Some people can actually put it further up on the right arm. Some people even into the crook of the right elbow. But whatever you do when you hold your baby, we're rocking the baby, I want you to keep that upright spine. And then begin to let the knee and foot go out to the side and back in. Breathing. Maybe you're doing a couple of these with every inhale. Maybe you're going slower. But this is the yoga pose called rocking the baby. And you might be like this. What works for you today? What we're doing is we're trying to get fluid, synovial fluid, hyaluronic acid into that joint of the hip. And so when you're ready, stop, hold, slow, still. Perhaps you let that left foot just rest on the ground or on the top of your right knee. Take a breath. Before you very slowly let that left leg come down and you're back to sitting up nice and straight. And back to breathing. So that was rock the baby. And now pick up that right leg. Perhaps like me, in order to keep a straight spine, you just grab the foot and you're like this. Or you might be able to get that curved part of your foot further up. Some people even into the inner elbow. And then you rock gently the evil twin. And for me, this really is the evil twin. But we're all different. You can go fast here or slow. Working fluid into that joint is what we're trying to do. The joint that you've worked so much today, that hip joint. And then slow down to stillness. Perhaps placing that right foot down on the ground or on your left knee. Taking a breath. And then very slowly release it. Excellent. We're going to do one last little twist today. We're going to do a twist that centers on the hip area, naturally. So first, find upright spine. Feel your feet firm on the floor, knees over the ankles. Feel the sit bones, equal pressure, maybe even kind of slide back and forth until you can feel that. I like to put my fingers behind my ears on each side and let the elbows go back and the chin levels, and you know you're sitting up nice and straight. Come back to your breath. On your inhale, come up on those toes again, and as you exhale, let both knees go over to the right. And perhaps the torso's looking towards the right as well. Open that chest, come back to the breath. Inhale here. As you exhale, belly twist left. And maybe the ribs follow a little bit and the chest follows, but don't go too far, no discomfort. Release the hands down. And you are in a gentle twist emphasized by the hips. Relax the shoulder, relax the jaw. Back to the breath. When you're ready on an inhale, that chin is coming to center. Exhale, release the hands. And slowly the belly is helping you face towards your legs. Inhale here. As you exhale now, belly twist the opposite direction. Ribs follow, chest follows. Perhaps you put your hands on the back of the chair and release the shoulders, release the jaw. Couple breaths. And then slowly, slowly, when you're ready, as you breathe, begin to untwist. And then slowly, belly leads the way back forward. And you very slowly bring both knees forward. And come back to that staff pose in the chair. Come back to breath. Perhaps fingers behind ears, elbows back, chin level. Makes you sit up nice and straight. You always want to twist with a straight spine. Inhale, come up on the toes, and exhale now. Both knees are going over towards the left. Inhale here. And as you exhale, belly twist. Right. Perhaps the ribs follow and the chest follows. And you can release the hands down, release the shoulders, release the jaw. Feel it more in the abdominals and the groin. Couple breaths. Good job. And when you're ready, very slowly releasing hands. Belly leads the spine back all the way to looking towards the left. As you inhale here, vertical spine. Exhale, belly twist left. Perhaps rib and chest follows. Perhaps you put your hands on the back of the chair. You'll figure out what you can do. You might be different than the other side. It's okay. Couple breaths. And finally, releasing the hands. And the belly slowly, slowly brings the torso back forward. And you very slowly bring your body forward. And if you don't have the ball, grab the ball, get it behind you, put it in position so that you can have a few seated minutes of constructive rest for your Shavasana in the chair today. So as you allow yourself to sit and stay, kind of let the thoughts drift by like little clouds, but don't give them a lot of attention. Thoughts will come and thoughts will go, but see if you can concentrate on your breathing and your position in the chair rather than any thought. If a thought comes in, go back to the breath and let the thought go out again. Allow the shoulders to soften, the jaw to soften. Allow the breath to go in and out comfortably. Perhaps begin to make that exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. Eyes can be closed or gaze soft. Letting any part of the core rise with air on the inhale, fall on the exhale. Let's go into a few minutes of silence. Letting that exhale breath go long and longer still. At the sound of my voice, begin to bring your attention back into your room. Perhaps you hear other sounds in your room or outside. Perhaps you can feel the air on your skin. Sense and notice these things, and then bring your attention inside. Zoom, zoom inside for a little body scan. Your feet on the ground, how do they feel? The knees, the legs. How about that groin and pelvic area? Sit bones. How does your lower body feel? Working up through the pelvic area, the abdominals, and all the way vertebra by vertebra up the spine, up to the shoulders, the head, the neck, the jaw. The arms release and relax. The breath going in and going out even slower. And when you're ready, flutter open those eyes if they're closed, and slowly bring hands to prayer to the heart space. And we will end, as always, saying the greeting Namaste, which to me means, let the light in me shine out to the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and see you next week when we'll do some flow yoga in the chair. Thanks for coming.